Helen is a noodle restaurant owner in the heart of Lagos metropolis. She wants to have an edge over her competitors in the business, and so she decided to be giving free chilled drinks to her customers each time they buy noodles from her. You are to help Helen visually communicate this intent to her customer/prospect on social media by using graphics.
Welcome once again. In this video, I'll be walking you through the design interface for Canva and getting started with your very first design project. In the previous video related to mobile Canva for mobile phone, we talked about the home page, interface for the home page. This time around, we'll look at the interface for the design interface itself in Canva. So we'll go right away to start our very first project. This is primarily for those who are using Canva on their mobile phone. So as rightly said in the one for the PC, Canva for PC, I said it's always good you make a template for your project. So you can just go right away and then kickstart using a template. So based on the scenario we saw earlier for Ellen, who wants to create a design for a particular aim of giving free drinks for every purchases of noodles from our noodle restaurant. So go ahead and just search for noodles. I'm going to search my template, not my project. Noodles, let's say noodles promo. So I'll still create the exact design we use for the desktop version. I'll still create the exact design so that there won't be any kind of difference between those that are using mobile devices and those that are working on PC. That I'll know that I'm on the same page for both. So noodles promo, I'll hit enter and search for that. I want to assume that you all have watched the one for the PC and you have an idea of what you actually intend to do. The only reason why I'm coming up with this is because of the little differences in the interface for mobile devices and PC. And there are some things that on mobile devices, there are ways of doing it different from that of PC. Maybe when you are making multiple selection, for instance, the way of doing it is different from that of PC. So I'll just scroll down. I'll still use the same template we used in the last class, which is this particular template in Canva. So we'll quickly walk through the interface for Canva and see what it's like. So at the top here, we have the home icon where you can always return back to home where we left now. We have the file where you can decide to modify the file name to whatever you want it to be. You can also import new files. You can change the view if you want to see the grid view, show margin, show print bleed, and the like. So I'm okay with that. So that's under the file. These are for undo and redo, and this is for you to actually resize your file to whatever other size you want it to be. Then aside from resize, you also have the place where you can get the analytics insight about your design. Analytics about it. Then this is for you to download your design and then share your design. So towards the bottom here, you have the option of creating page. I can click on this to create several pages. So like we did in the desktop version, we'll create a new page. So we've created page 2. We want page 2 to be before page 1. So I'll just move it and drop it there. When your network is flickering or not stable, Canva will lock the editor for you so that it's saving in the cloud, so that there won't be issue with what you work on. You won't have issue with losing your files or your progress to find your design. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and continue editing so that when connected, you just bring back all of those, whatever progress I've made on this. Okay, so for this, on this plus, this is where we have all our resources. So this is more like where all of the resources for Canva are kept, just like we have it by the side in Canva for desktop version. So we have all our resources placed here. That's more like our object panel here now. So you can search your template, elements, gallery, uploads, and the likes that way. So I'll swipe down to minimize this. So let's get started with the same way we get started with that. So I'll just quickly move as fast as possible with this. Go to text, add text box. So you can either add text box or add the heading, any of the two. So just use any of them. And though later on we'll talk about styles, the various heading you can have for a particular project. I'll change the font size. So this is your font size here, and enter in the value you want for your font size. Let's say 28. Okay. Aside from that, I want to duplicate this. So with this selected now, I'll go to this icon here, duplicate. So this has been duplicated. I'll move this copy down here. So I can decide to edit font and then change everything inside, special promo. Now you notice that the major difference here now compared to that of the desktop version is that your attribute editor or your property bar is not at the top like it was on the desktop version. It's at the bottom. Based on whatever object you select here, you see the various properties for it. So you can swipe here and then see the various things you can do with that. Now other difference here is that unlike the desktop version, here you have the nudge tool that helps you to be able to move items. So they know that while working on your mobile phone, using your hand to drag item might not be so easy because you have limitation in space. So there is a nudge tool which, when used, if I want to move this special promo now a little bit upward or downward, I can go over to the nudge tool and then nudge it upward. When you click multiply on this, or nudge it downward, so it moves a space of 10 pixels in this space, or nudge it sideways, or nudge it this other way. So it's used for moving an item. Okay. So you just watch your grid as your grid is appearing to know if you've actually placed it and then done the necessary alignment. So aside from that, another thing that is different from that of the mobile desktop version is when you are making multiple selection. So after all of this, you can go to more. If you want to make multiple selection, click on more, then it will tell you select multiple items. Unlike when you are working on desktop, all you have to do is hold down shift and then make multiple items. But on your phone, what you have to do is select the very first item you want to select, click on select multiple. When you click on select multiple, it will show you that you selected one item. So I can go ahead, select the other item. It's showing that I've selected 2 items now. Go ahead, select the third item. So you've selected 3 items, then you can go ahead and select the 4th one. So if you want to deselect any of them, just click on that item again, so that it has selected that item, coming back to 3 now. So let's assume I'll just select this, make it 4. And then with this selection now, I can go ahead and group if I want to group all of them. So if I want to group, I can go ahead and group this way. But prior to grouping, I want to nudge these noodles upward a little bit. So I'll just go ahead and then go to my nudge tool. Under the nudge tool, I'll nudge it upward. Something like this. So I can go ahead and use my multiple selection to select them and then group them if I so choose. So for nodules, we'll quickly apply an effect to this. So I'll go ahead to effect. So it will load up my effect. So I also need to say this because the way here is different from that of the desktop version. So it's still the same settings, but just the interface placement is different. So in the desktop version, we actually use an echo. Is it an echo we use or a lift? I think we used an echo. Yes, we used an echo in the desktop version. So I'll just go ahead and click on echo. So it has given echo to this. So if I want to work on the settings for the echo, just click on it again. So the first click applies the effect on it. The second click is for you to modify the settings for the effect. Now aside from that, I'll quickly bring in shapes, images. So I'll go to my objects panel, and then it's saying that I'm offline. Okay, I think it's back online. So I'll go to elements and so that is all on that. Once you are done, you just go ahead and download. So to tell you, it's preparing your design. So once it has been prepared and it gets downloaded, you see it under your pictures. Under your pictures, you see Canva, and you can go ahead from the Canva and you see the file there. So depending on your phone, the directory might be different. But of course, based on your file explorer, your file manager, you definitely see it among your recent files. So that is all for this. Thank you and see you another time.